Hey guys, thank you for all of your questions on Discord. I'm going to start answering them now. Our first question is from Flame Lion. They said, do you think Steve Jobs would be disappointed in Apple today, or do you think he would be proud? I think he would be very, very proud of what Tim Cook has accomplished. When Steve Jobs was turning the company over to Tim Cook, he told Tim, don't try to make decisions based on what you think I would do. Make decisions based on what you think is right. And I think that's exactly what Tim Cook has done, and I think his leadership has been fantastic. So I think that's exactly what Steve Jobs would have wanted, really. XTADR64-bit said, should I upgrade to the iPhone SE2 from my old iPhone SE when the SE2 comes out? Yeah, the iPhone SE is pretty old. Upgrading to the new one would be a very good plan. Dude 2002 said MacBook Air or iPad Pro, it depends on what you're doing. If you need full desktop applications like Photoshop, if you're doing video editing, if you're doing photo editing, if you need a comfortable setup, if you're typing a lot of essays, I don't know if you'll be comfortable doing that for a long period of time on an iPad. I usually recommend notebooks over iPads for people who are producing content, who are making content. If all you're doing is consuming content, like watching videos or answering emails, reading things on the internet, then you should be fine with an iPad. But if you're making things, I think a MacBook Air is a better idea. Pointer Gian said, is the iPhone small in today's standards? I mean, not really. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is a very large phone. Avery said, what new Apple products do you think Steve Jobs would hate today? I don't know. I mean, I don't like speaking on behalf of Steve Jobs, who is dead. I don't really think he would hate anything, honestly. Daphne Stark said, are the 2019 MacBook Airs still likely to experience keyboard issues? Probably. They use the same butterfly mechanism as the MacBook Pro keyboards that had issues. So yeah, I think they are susceptible. River said, does Apple charge a lot more than the original cost to make their products so they can maximize profits? Yes, that is called business. That's called capitalism. They charge as much as they can in order to maximize profits. If they think they can lower the price to sell more units and then they can make more money that way, then they'll do that, which is probably what they did with the iPhone 11. So absolutely, they are trying to maximize their profits. Simply Sarah, I'm happy to see you this week. I'm glad you're joining us today. Sarah said, is the 11.6-inch 2015 MacBook Air worth it in 2019? I mean, I think it's worth it because I think you can get one for, what, $300, maybe even less. It's pretty affordable now. And I think it would still work well. It's only 4 years old. It probably still has a few years left in it. As long as you're not doing anything too intense, it should be just fine. And that's the most compact MacBook Air Apple's ever made. Random Gamer on Discord said, how many Macs have you had? Not that many. I had the 2008 MacBook. I had the 2000. Oh, what was that? Which computer was that? 2015 MacBook Pro. And then I had the 2017 MacBook Pro, which I purchased in 2018. I bought it used because it was a better deal. So I've only had 3 so far. KF Garnett, what is your favorite color that came out on an Apple product? Oh, that's a good question. I really, really liked the slate color on the iPhone 5. I remember looking at that and really liking it. Spikey said, why did the stream end? My streams last for 1 hour, and then they end. Jen McAwesome said, hey Greg, did you record your Black AirPods review with your phone? And if you did, what resolution did you do? I noticed the video quality was a bit grainy. Yes. The problem, I recorded it on my iPhone. The problem is the lighting. I don't have my lighting equipment that I have in the US, so it's a darker environment. And so when I brighten it and post, it gets grainy, but I have to brighten it because it's too dark. That's the problem. And that will change when I get back to the US. Okay, so it's 1 question per person. I've already answered a couple of these people's questions. Tom the Cat asked, do you think YouTube can get overwhelming? Yes, it can. I've had to take a couple breaks in the last couple years because, you know, it's easy to get stressed out. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you feel like you always have to be making a video. If you feel like your videos aren't as successful as you thought, or if you're disappointed by the performance, it can really get to you. But I think I'm getting better at not being as serious about my video performance, because I know some videos do well, some videos won't do well. I try not to get too emotional about it, and that helps. All right, so those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much for asking them. Thank you for joining the Discord today. I really appreciate it. And again, it'll happen next week, another live stream, 10 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great weekend.